Connecticut prisoners are protesting a recent pornography ban within their prisons. It turns out that the female prison guards feel like they're being sexually harassed when members or inmates in the prison watch pornography or look through pornographic pictures. So the prison guards decided, you know what, we're just going to ban pornography and inmates will no longer have access to it within a year.
Yeah, there's so many parts of the story that I love. First of all, they're like, well, you know, some guys have a subscription that lasts through a year, so we don't want to be unfair to them, so we'll let them go for a year. And second of all, you know, you can, get good use out of the porn you already have. Then we start confiscating stuff in July of 2012,
right,
which I thought was quite merciful of them. And then the second part is that the inmates write a letter to the warden instead of saying, all right, look, you're taking away the porn mags, but can we get you to maybe get us porn on cable? Because they're like, what if we had cable programs that depicted nudity as sexual situations? Would that be okay? My guess is no, it wouldn't be okay, because then the female staffers would get to see it even worse than if you had the mags under your bed.
No, I'm actually very split on this, right? Because on one hand, I understand the female prison guards' concern. I know that I would be worried about. Personally, I wouldn't be affected by other people watching porn. I just don't pay attention to it. What's the big deal, right? But I know other women are bothered by it. But at the same time, I mean, wouldn't you want to allow the inmates to view pornography or use pornography to let their aggression out in one way rather than being aggressive toward the female prison guards? Doesn't that make more sense?
Yeah, one of the reasons they gave was that they were afraid that pornography would lead to more violence within the prisons. I couldn't disagree more.
Well,
this is a well-known position of the Young Turks, that pornography leads to less violence because usually guys just go to take a sleep or take a nap afterwards.
Right. There was actually a study done by psychologists who looked into whether or not violent pornography or pornography in general would cause aggressive behavior among inmates, and no scientist, no researcher will say yes, it does in fact make them more aggressive. Okay.
And I bet if you did a study on nap time, that it does cause a lot more nap time. So,
hold on, a little more in that study, because I think it's very relevant to this story. They also found that pictorial nudity reduces aggressive behavior.
Reduces, see?
And this is meta-analysis. So they basically looked at several different studies, and they concluded from looking at all those different studies that pictorial nudity actually decreases aggression among inmates.
And again, to go back to the original problem, they think that it might be sexual harassment for the women that are on staff.
I don't even get that. I don't even know.
Women on their staff.
I don't know. I don't find that funny. Am I missing something?
On their staff.
As they ride a pole.
Oh.
There you go.
It's still not funny.
Okay, no, I agree. Anyway, I had to throw that in there. Okay, seriously, hold on. Let's adjudicate this,
yes,
okay?
Sure.
So, now the thing is, I actually think that the prisons are perfectly within their right to do this. I think if you go to prison, you lose some rights. For example, the right to leave the prison, right? You can't go around wherever you want. You don't have the freedom of speech within a prison. So I think they can take away the porn. I think it's a bad idea to take away the porn. I don't know because, I'm not a female prison guard as to how much that sexually harasses you. But at the same time, you quote these studies that show that, in fact, they're less violent if they watch the porn, right? So if I was the prison, I would say, yes, you can have the porn. But if I'm the court and the prison says you can't have it, I would rule in favor of the prison.
Interesting. Okay. I'm in favor of having the prisoners have access to porn, pictorial nudity. And look, maybe we find a way to make them more discreet about their porn consumption. I don't know.
We demand discreetness, okay?
No, like maybe, I don't understand why it's so difficult to pass some sort of rule within the prison, right?
But I think that already exists anyway. I mean, if the guy is throwing his stuff around, okay,
right, exactly,
he's going to get in a lot of trouble, I would imagine, right?
Yes.
So, and if you show it to a prison guard, you know what? You could make that a different, crime within the prison system. Not a crime, but a violation of their rules. But so keep the porn, if you ask me, just don't show it to any of the female prison guards.
I think that would be the ideal situation.